Today we're checking out the new lineup of smart home devices from Amazon. They have released all kinds of devices from their Ring cameras to Blink cameras to Echo speakers as well as Echo Show devices. Let's get started. Now there were so many different devices announced I even forgot an entire category, and that is Fire TV. So there were 3 Fire TVs announced that has the Fire TV integrated directly into it, and they are also releasing a new 4K streaming stick, and it's now using the new Vega OS platform. So instead of using the operating system they had before, it's now their own internal operating system, which should be better and perform better overall. And here is the Fire TV Stick 4K Select. So this is going to be that $40 new Fire TV with, but the big change here is now Alexa Plus is built in to it, so you'll be able to ask all kinds of things, have it pull up whatever sports team you want, have sports scores at the bottom of the screen. And one of the coolest things is you can also just say a scene of a movie and it can instantly jump to that movie. They've had Alexa go through all of the different movies and figure out what is where, and so it can understand context of scenes of movies, which is really cool. Now, some of the unique things about the TV specific is they have what's called OmniSense. So there's some different sensors in there, and when you walk in a room, it can automatically turn on the TV, and when you leave the room, it could automatically turn the TV off. So some really cool things that are built right in, and then even if the remote is across the room, you would be able to use Alexa just by speaking to the TV, and it can hear you and run commands and everything. I think that's a really cool upgrade. Now on the remote, it's been a while since I've used a Fire TV remote, but here is what it looks like. There are some new buttons here. It looks like you have a recent apps button, which is great to switch back and forth between what you're doing. You have a guide button to go and see your TV guide of all that's playing and much more. So it's cool that there's so many features now integrated into that, and a lot more to talk about with Fire TV, but I'll save that for when I have one on hand to fully talk about it. Now next up we have the new Ring cameras. They have doorbell cameras as well as stationary cameras, and these are all the wired cameras as well as the Ring Floodlight Pro. Some of the big things here is the design has changed. They look really nice and sleek. Over here we have the Ring Doorbell Plus, and it now has 2K. So they're calling this retinal vision, where it's able to see a lot more, a lot crisper and a lot better. And then over here down you have the Ring Doorbell Pro, and this has 4K resolution. That's going to be crazy. Now the aspect ratio of these have increased to a 1:1 aspect ratio, so you're going to be able to see a lot more in frame, all the way down to the porch, so you can see if there's packages there, and a lot wider. So it's really cool that the resolution there has increased. Now some of the other cameras that they have here are the 16:9 ratio, where you're going to see a lot more, but they have increased the resolution there as well, so you're going to be able to see a lot more on screen. And then here you can see there's just a ton of new cameras available. Now, one cool thing with the Fire TV, there is now direct integration with that. So you'll be able to view different feeds right there on the Fire TV in this new app. On Alexa Plus for Home, you can see all of this integration. You can even set up different notifications where if the camera sees something, maybe a deer is appearing in your yard, it can automatically show that on your Echo Show devices and announce that it saw a certain type of object. And this is all working with Alexa Plus, communicating with the different devices together. Some really cool integrations you should be able to do with these devices. And here we have the new Blink camera. So here we have the Blink Arc. It's a panoramic camera where it has 2 cameras in one, so it can see around a corner, and it stitches them together so you have a seamless view. You have the other Blink Mini 2K Plus, as well as the Blink Outdoor 2K Plus. Now they said the battery in this could last for years. Not exactly sure how long it is, but very, very long time. So these are much more affordable and have a ton of features available. Next up, we have the new lineup of Echo speakers as well as Echo Show devices. So first we have the Echo Dot Max. Now this is still a small speaker like the Echo Dots you're used to, but they have increased the bass so it has much more punch. Then you have the Echo Studio, where this is a smaller form factor before, but they're utilizing all of it for speakers and deep bass, which sounds really great. Now I actually had a full demo of this speaker, and it can be integrated into a full 5.1 surround sound system. So if you have a Fire TV, you can get 5 Echo Studios, or you can get 5 Echo Dot Maxes and have them all integrated into a home theater speaker setup, and you can even add a sub to them. So you have to have all of 5 of one of those types of speakers, and you can have this integration. And it has this amazing way that it automatically detects where the speakers are and creates this surround sound system. And I did a few demos with this. It sounds really good. Now it has some really high treble notes and then the really deep bass, so overall a really good experience. Now with this, they've also integrated some different spatial audio effects, so they call these like ambient sounds. So you have a bunch of different sounds that you can select from, and it's going to play something on the TV, have some nice ambient noises as well, and they all interact with each other in that spatial audio. So different speakers are going to be playing different things. So think of a Halloween scene where you have the jack-o'-lantern on the screen and you have other audio effects going around in the room, and it sounds really, really cool. So lots of integration with Fire TV, with the speakers, and with the Echo Show devices as well. Now, one of the main questions you might be asking is, how do I have access to Alexa Plus? Well, when you do purchase one of the new devices, it will have that early access, and then you might have early access in your account. You just kind of have to check, but this is something that they are rolling out. Right now, I believe it's only in the United States, and hopefully will be coming to other countries later. Not too much to announce on that for now, but if you do get a new speaker, it will be coming out soon. Now, they did a demo with the old Echo Dot. Sounded okay. You know, my kids love using that in their room for music and other things like that. And then they turned on the Echo Dot Max and really improved the bass. Really loud as well, good punchy sound. But then they changed that to the Echo Studio, and it had the Dolby surround sound where it is able to have multi-speakers pushing the air different ways, just like I've seen on the Echo Show 8 before, how it has that Dolby audio. And it sounded great. It filled the room, really good bass, and it made it feel like there were multiple speakers in the room, but it was just that one speaker that was playing. It does have multiple speakers inside, so that's really cool. I definitely will need to get an Echo Studio. I've never had one of those before, so I think it is time to pick one of those up. It's going to work great in the home. They've also announced the Echo Show 8 as well as the Echo Show 11, so these are really nice looking devices. It kind of looks like an Echo speaker on the back with a new iPad Medium on it. So really sleek design, very thin, has a nice rotate so you can go up and down. And then you have all kinds of cameras and all the stuff you're used to on your Echo Show devices on this clean looking display with some updates to the user interface, so you're going to be able to do a lot more and see a lot more. One of the big things they talked about as well is how you're able to do so much all with voice, creating different automations with voice, and just asking it to do so much more than you would usually do with regular Alexa. Now with Alexa Plus, you can do a lot more. And then they have all kinds of integrations from different brands where you can have access to all kinds of awesome things that you never had before. So really excited to see these in home, see what they can do, really test out Alexa Plus. I haven't tried it out yet. So once we get these devices in hand, we'll be able to try that out. So I want to know, what else do you want me to test out from the devices that were announced today? Please let me know down in the comments below. And if you want to pick yours up, I'll leave a link to all these devices down in the description below. Thanks so much for watching. See you on the next one.